Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
You're so fuzzy.
You're so fuzzy.
Okay, there we go.
Manash is fuzzy.
Manash, why don't you want to show
Oh,
that?
you look
that
like a
face?
professor with all your books back
You
there.
do actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr.
Guess that's a good
Professor
look.
Manash.
No, it's Dr. Manash, remember?
Dr. Manash.
Welcome to Los Doyers Talking with the Boyers. CT hit a walk-off and the Cardinals, they can fuck off. Welcome to Los Doyers Talking with the Boyers. Now. Well, that was scary. Of course, I'm referring to the National League wildcard game. Game one was
great.
Tonight was great.
Game 3K.
Game one was a fucking embarrassment, but tonight was great.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, how do you think the Giants feel about being shut out? What, 9-2?
Yeah,
At least got 2 runs. Unlike the first game of the series.
this is true.
Well, I think we predicted it was going to be a great series. I think it is. It's going to be give and take. I mean, both teams, 107 to 106. You know, there's some fierce competition going out there. We got a series going on, and they're bringing it back to LA tomorrow. There's Sunday,
Monday.
Monday. Yeah, gotta get. Oh yeah, today is Saturday.
Today is
Anyway,
Saturday.
that's a very boring intro.
Oh,
But
did you hear my song?
Your song?
You'll hear my song in the podcast.
the intro song, yeah.
Okay. Well, for all the listeners, for the 27 listeners we have,
27 is a lot.
27 people wasted their time.
We were.
But
at
anyway,
zero.
let's waste their time proactively.
Yes,
efficient.
you're very right.
So let's talk about wild card
Wild
What
card.
a game, right?
Yeah, okay, you take a step back. It was a really good baseball game. But watching it live, nah, man, I was so freaking anxious.
Well, yeah.
There, yeah.
I mean, yeah, 1-1 for. I thought I thought it was. I'm sure a lot of people thought it was going to go into extra innings, but
Well, yeah.
man,
And can we just commend from both just the stellar pitching performances from both teams, starters.
no, not really.
Oh.
Yeah, here's to the old
Yeah.
guys.
Mad Max and Wainwright.
Yeah, Wainwright's 40 years old. Did you know that?
Oh wow! No, I didn't.
So now I feel kind of bad because you probably took away his last chance at a ring.
Nah,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
probably.
Probably. You're just over here pissing on that Curry. Yeah, but that's the magic of baseball. One hit, changed it all. Avoided extra innings, a walk-off, no less.
Walk-off homer.
Mhm.
Walk-off homer.
Walk-off
no
bomb
less.
from
True
CT3.
Dodger fashion.
Yeah.
So gave us that win, and then up to the San Francisco, and well, we gotta talk about that game one.
Brutal first game. And let me bring up an interesting fact.
Go ahead.
On that day, former Dodgers Alex Verdugo, Jock Peterson, and Kike Hernandez combined to go 9 for 12 with 3 home runs and 3 doubles. And yet we weren't able to even squeak out a single run and only managed to get 5 hits. So let that sink in.
Yep, we didn't squeak anything.
Well, on that note, I mean, no Yankees. That's a whole
No
nother.
Astros Giants.
Yeah, that's good. Hopefully, that's gonna be very confusing for the players. Aren't they both like orange uniforms? That'd be kind of
Oh,
entertaining
that's true.
for the wrong people. I don't know. It'd be very interesting to see a matchup there if the Dodgers make it, because right now, 107 games to 106. It's very, very tight, and it's a give and take. They won one. We slaughtered in game 2. Just saying. But Dodgers, Red Sox get to see former Dodgers play against their, teammates. Mookie playing Mookie. I'm sorry, I butchered that. But playing against his old teammates, that'd be make for a very interesting playing dynamic, I think. And of course, I mean, Astros rematch. We all want that too. So if they can make it, or even the Rays. I mean, no matter how this goes, I don't know.
You have
There's
one
just
job.
It's like Doctor Strange. There's only one possibility we don't want. Okay.
You have one job, and that's to say Mookie right.
Yeah, I know. Please edit that out.
That's not going to be edited out.
All right. Look, the only reason Minash's mistake last time was edited out about Josiah Gray is because I had my reaction to what he said. I didn't have what he said. So that's the only reason I didn't include that.
But now we have that on record. If this is kept in, that Arik over here was hoping on our young prospect that was already traded.
It would be he's glitching again. Guys, I want to take a moment right now because we didn't do this last time. I forgot. We should have done this last time. Postseason bracket, fill it out.
Postseason, well, that's what we're doing essentially.
All right.
Like I said, I took math so many years I can't even. There's a lot of outcomes here, right? I mean, ultimately. Oh, I forgot about the White Sox. I don't think anyone's talking about that.
They're gonna be gone tomorrow. Doesn't matter.
That is true.
I would say that's definitely the most. That's the most definite outcome.
Okay, Tampa, Boston.
Well, it's tied right now.
Yes, it is.
And then they're both. We're in the World Series very recently. Last 2 years.
2 out of 3.
I think Red Sox.
Red Sox, okay. Minash.
For no other reason than they had former Dodgers on them.
That would be an interesting narrative, as Minash pointed out.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
Trying to think this through.
Just flip a coin, man.
I'm going to say the Rays. I do think the Rays are a solid team. I also think they're very hungry from last season, obviously. And it's that motivation, I think, that'll drive them to defeat the Red Sox and move on to the ALCS.
I'm sorry, can we just take a moment to thank the Tampa Bay's coach for our World Series win last year?
We haven't done that. Yeah, thank you, Kevin Cash.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
I think I'm with you, Minaj. I think Tampa Bay wins it. I don't think it's going down without a fight. I think this is a very exciting series. It's going to go 5 games.
Definitely. It's going to go 5 games.
I just don't think that Boston has enough pitching. How about that Randy Arozarena play, by the way? That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Not something we see every day, obviously.
I've never seen that live. How about you, Geronimo?
Yeah.
Type it in the chat, please.
You know who Randy Arozarena is?
No, I do not. I don't.
All right. Chat.
I apologize. Everyone's going to hate me as a host, just being a noob. I'm trying to get into this, though. Randy Arozarena. What happened, though? What happened with this gentleman?
You'll see. You'll see. Yeah, I can't describe it to you. You just have to
watch it.
It's something you have to watch.
Okay.
Really
well, I guess
epic.
as the host, maybe my job is to bring in people who are not into baseball. Because, it is kind of exciting, actually, to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got Tampa, Boston. I am going with Tampa. Obviously, Houston's going to win this Chicago series. Okay, so
I'm thinking White Sox will come from behind.
I'm glad you have such optimism.
So am I. I really hope your prediction comes to pass, but
I
actually don't. I want a rematch.
Really?
Oh, that's very scary.
I don't.
Stealing home. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to search it up. Yeah.
What?
But he almost tried doing that in the World Series last year.
No, he
almost did it.
That was Manny Margot.
Yeah, that was Margot.
Okay. Cut that out.
Yeah.
And he failed.
You don't try that on Kershaw.
Yeah.
He's too smart.
Yep. All right. Other series. What about the Braves and the Brewers?
Oh, that one.
That's a very difficult one.
Yeah, I mean,
Braves who? Brewers who?
You don't know the Brewers?
I don't know. I don't think they're.
I'm gonna go with the Brewers. I think Brewers because of their starting pitching. Well, and they're pitching all around. Plus, just because of how good they've been this season in the regular season. as opposed to the Braves and the fact that they had been inconsistent. They definitely did better in the second half. They definitely improved a lot, but the first half for the Braves was definitely pretty sketchy. They were definitely underperforming. Definitely could have played much better than they did.
I think I'm going to Milwaukee too.
Milwaukee?
I think I speak for most of America when I say everyone's out of all 4 games going on right now, that's the least hyped.
It's a pretty good series so far. It has been a really good series.
Yeah.
But in terms of just overall hypeness and like what people are talking about, you know, it's LA, San Francisco, Boston, Tampa Bay, Houston, not so much White Sox, but
Houston's always in the background. But I mean, it's a good series. I recommend watching it. Tied 1-1 as well as I guess now we head into our little series. Obviously, we all got to say Dodgers, right?
It's give and take. Well, now we have the home field advantage for the next 2 games, but you know, that's just another mental. Doesn't guarantee anything, of course, you know.
Nah.
A little morale boost, if nothing else.
I do like Scherzer going tomorrow. I think tomorrow would be a pound. I think we'll see a blowout from start to finish.
You mean Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Sorry, my bad.
For the Giants, I'm sure it'll be either Desclafani or Wood, right?
Which Desclafani we've hit this year for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Wood is a little trickier just because he's a left-hander who uses his breaking ball a lot. But I think it's doable.
Even Wood we've hit as well.
Yeah, we did.
Very hittable pitchers.
Yeah.
Not doable pitchers, hittable pitchers.
You're right. No, Wood was struggling a lot more in the second half. So I do think Game 3 is more favored towards us. Game 4 is going to be a toss-up.
Who do you think will pitch Game 4? What do you think the matchup will be for us, let's say?
I think it's going to be Gonsolin / bullpen. I don't think Buehler should be starting Game 4 on short days rest. I want him ready for Game 5.
Well, here's the concern with that. I think if bullpen is used a lot in Game 4, I mean, there will be a rest day in between, so but hopefully they won't be too tired out in Game 5. And if they are in Game 5, we might have to rely on Buehler to go really deep into the game.
You don't think they can sweep it? Or, you know, from here on?
I think it's going to be too tough. This Giants ball club is something. But here's the thing. Here's something that's interesting. So we win Game 3. We head into Game 4 with a lead. Wherever it goes, what do you think about the possibility of Julio coming in for an inning or 2? He's going to be on 2 days rest, but it's also he's kind of done it before. It's a reliever role.
I think that would be a great decision for Dave Roberts to make. I think that should absolutely happen. Julio has shown us before that he can come up huge in moments like that, in critical playoff moments, coming in relief as he did in the World Series last year. So I think from a bullpen, looking at the bullpen, Julio would be a great choice to come in as opposed to several other relievers.
Yeah, and here's something noteworthy. Yes. So tonight he only threw 72 pitches. I mean, it was a lot of them were very stress pitches, laborious innings that he threw, but it's still only 72. So we have a game off tomorrow, Sunday, and then Monday he's not going to pitch. So that's 2 days after only throwing 72 pitches. I do think if they have a lead, they have a chance to take it on in Game 4. I think he should be out there.
I agree. Then there's also the possibility of what if in Game 5 we might want to use him as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be, like I said, it's a very tough decision to make. And it really, I mean, if it's a tie game, he shouldn't be out there. Obviously, if they're losing, not. I mean, we're just looking way ahead. I mean, it's only, 3 days away? But I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
In these series.
Well, I mean, let's talk about the path ahead. So, assuming we get past the Giants, what then is our challenge?
Honestly, I think that's when things start looking up.
I well, yeah. I really do think the Giants are the biggest roadblock we'll have to face.
Yeah.
You don't think the Brewers or you don't think they
The Brewers and Braves, their pitching is definitely tough, but I do think we can shut down the Brewers, especially if it's the Brewers. I do believe we could shut down their offense.
Their pitching is a challenge, and it's amazing.
Their pitching is a challenge, yeah.
And it's fun. It's going to be a fun series. But we also expect to have Muncy back, maybe. So
hopefully, that's wishful thinking. Yeah,
so we'll have to see. Yeah, and then just hope nothing else happens because we're in a good position now, but we don't have too many safety nets. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. We are starting to run a little thin now, with two of our big stars out.
Especially, if we do have to go into our bullpen for the series. I mean, they'll have rest, but still. So as we were saying, some great plays tonight.
Mookie, you said it right this time.
I did say it right. I learned.
Yeah, I mean, Mookie is he's just a baseball player.
That was some great insight there, Steve. That was really got the message across.
No, I mean, all it took was just one little peek, and then he knew exactly what to do. It was a good spin, and then.
Well, that's why he gets paid the big bucks. For good reason.
Exactly.
Very few people do that.
A true 5-tool player.
I was really in awe of that.
Off his defense. He showed off his defense today on his arm with the play.
What was that?
Oh, did I cut out?
Sounded very muttered or muffled there.
Oh, no, I was just saying, yeah, he gets paid as much as he does for a reason. He's a true 5-tool player, and he definitely showed off two of those tools tonight, his arm and his defense with that play he made.
That's an understatement for sure.
Yeah.
And so we had taken the lead by that point. The Giants were starting to get some momentum back. That totally killed off their rally, ended their night pretty much. So it's amazing what one play can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because I know in the last podcast we all predicted scores following the wild card game, but 9-2, that's a pretty big gap. Hopefully, he can continue. But here at Dodger Stadium. Speaking of which, we'll be live from Dodger Stadium on Monday. All right, that's a complete lie.
Yes.
One day. Yes.
World Series.
World Series.
Maybe.
We sound like that ticket. But...
And that's something I do want to mention that's has no analysis to it whatsoever. It's just pure speculation. But Juan Soto was at the Dodger game during the wildcard game. That was an interesting sight.
Yeah. And you were thinking maybe, is he surveying his next home?
Yeah, I mean, he's coming to support his teammates, Trey Turner and Max Scherzer. But no, I do think he wants to see what it feels like to be at Dodger Stadium, to get that passionate fan experience.
Yeah.
So maybe in a couple of years.
Maybe his ex-teammates Trey Turner and Max Scherzer will inspire him to come to LA as they have.
Well,
but we'll have to wait and see.
When you're out of the job right now, and I mean, he could have just been there supporting because wasn't his hitting coach there as well? Not his hitting coach, his pitching coach, right?
His hitting coach. You got it right the first time.
Oh, he did? That doesn't make sense. Why would Max Scherzer have a hitting coach?
It's Juan Soto's hitting coach.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
He's still coming out to support, I guess.
Read wrong today. Yes, that. I don't know. But another topic for the off season, but the myth of a salary cap or budget cap, right? Again,
you had it right the first time. I don't know why you keep
just everything in written. It's it's just written down, but no one's going to enforce it, right? What are they going to do?
Well, no, actually, they could tax him. They're going to tax him. That was actually very enforceable. All right, so I'm going to sound like a Farhan again. That's going to be a word now for trader. A Farhan.
Okay.
But okay, so game 2 of the NLDS between the Astros and White Sox. I was watching the pregame before that, and Lana Rizzo, who's the reporter for the Dodgers before this year, she was having an interview with Carlos Correa. And honestly, I was very intrigued by the things he was saying. He's got a very curious mind, so to speak.
What, he found another trash can?
maybe. But yeah, he's speaking very thoughtfully about the game and like how he blends in the feel with the analytics.
And a trash can, but go on.
And a trash can.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seemed like a very interesting interview. And honestly, trash cans aside, Carlos Correa is one of the more talented players in the game. So maybe I'd be interested in seeing what he looks like in the Dodger uniform.
Oh. Well, why do you think
this off season? Because he's a free agent. But I mean, I guess that's a little teaser for our off-season podcast.
I don't want to go down that avenue too much, but
okay, so you're the boss now.
Yes, I am. I'm the host. Okay?
You are the host.
But I mean, what would compel him? What do you think? Dodger fans are just going to learn to love him? Probably, because they're only an enemy if they're on the other side. You know?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Well, here's the thing about Correa. He's always been a really good postseason hitter. I don't know how good without the trash cans, but he's
assuming there's no trash cans this time around or whatever, you have to say pretty good to get you this far.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess
how have his stats been this season? I don't follow the Astros. I could care less about them. But
just going off of one little number, but Correa going off of Baseball Reference's calculation of WAR, he had 7 to Corey Seager's 4, approximate 4.
Okay.
He did play a whole season, and Seager did not, and that's the thing that's always going against Seager, that he does not play many games. He gets injured a lot. During that time, though, when he was on the field, Seager was a better hitter. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to fully endorse him to come to LA, but it'd be interesting to see. Especially because he's got that working mind like the Dodgers like to target.
Yeah, so now that we've spent half an hour talking about Carlos Correa,
just salivating over him.
Yeah. He's going to go to the Giants.
I can see that.
Oof.
I can see him going to Detroit with his former manager. Seager's got to get his bat going. But it's only been 3 games now. I mean, plenty of time. Hopefully.
Not plenty of time. He better start hitting Monday. But
You're right. Or else
otherwise there won't be much time.
Or else you'll bench him.
We'll bench him. Yeah.
Speaking of getting bats going, how about that Bellinger double today?
Amazing.
Only a long time coming, especially.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like to be the voice of dissent here, but go on. Yeah.
But especially with his struggles this season, him just being unable to find his swing. And today, finally, he comes in with a major hit, a major situation. Hopefully, that doesn't just occur in this game, but hopefully it gives him a confidence boost to be able to be more productive in future games in this series and in this postseason, and possibly be the Bellinger of the past that would always come up with those clutch hits and home runs in big playoff situations. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're right, Manash. The thing I love about the postseason, it's a complete blank slate from the regular season. So I mean, like you said, it was on. Put it bluntly, it was a horrible season offensively for Seager. Yeah. But I think what you're talking about started a little before, actually, in the wild card game when he took that huge walk. It was huge.
Wait, for who? You
Bellinger.
said Seager.
Yeah,
you said Seager.
I'm sorry.
You didn't say Seager, but he meant Bellinger. Yeah.
Of course, I meant Bellinger. But it was a huge walk that obviously set up CT3's home run. But I was watching that at bat for a while there. It did look like it was going to be an easy strikeout, but I think he battled back from being down behind the count. And then he also, we shouldn't forget, he also had 2 stolen bases in that game. So like Mookie Betts, he is able to provide a lot of value in different areas of the game. And then game 1, he looked horrible. I mean, I was thinking, here we go again, because that final at bat he had against Logan Webb, By the way, I don't think we tipped our hat to Logan Webb, so tip my hat because it was a good game pitched. But I think that final back against Logan Webb, it was 2 straight changeups in the dirt. He swung and missed like he wanted to hit one out into the ocean. Then was a fastball up and away, and then right back to that changeup. And that whole at bat, he didn't change his approach. And then so I didn't have high hopes coming into tonight, but then he proved me wrong, and he had that big 2 RBI double, right? It was two runs that he drove in. It was huge. So hopefully this is just the start of another big postseason for Cody Bellinger.
Well, yeah, like you said, it is fascinating how much you can extrapolate from the regular season. But I mean, when it's down to the line, postseason can be, again, I don't like, jinxing ourselves, hopefully, but like Kershaw, notorious for kind of not always having the best postseason. So hopefully Bellinger can have the opposite of that and start to come in clutch again, because he is an all-star player, but just having an off season there. Yeah. Anyway,
before you were so rudely interrupted,
Los Doyers podcast is sponsored by whatever you ate for dinner last night. Should start looking into sponsors. So tempting to just speculate, and that's all we can do until it happens. I really honestly, just based off the last few games and how they've been playing the whole season, 107 games to 106, but yet the journey is so different, right? The Dodgers had to get that clutch game, and hopefully they can just use that momentum. Game 1 definitely dealt a blow, but hopefully Game 2 just adds a little fuel to the fire.
It's as tight as a series it's going to get.
It's a good one that's going to be in the record books. I think this is the first game with both teams in the NL having over 100 wins. Okay, that's not right. But I read some statistic. It's been a very long time.
It was something like that. Something around that. And honestly, I don't really want to speculate too much. I don't want to say we're going to win, they're going to win, because this is a very, very evenly matched series. It really could go either way. One thing I do feel certain about saying is that I do think it's going to go 5 games.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
I mean, that adds to the drama. It's fun for baseball.
I mean, at one point they were both in New York.
Yes, that is factually correct.
Yeah, I just pulled that up, but I was just trying to think of just talking about the rivalry and everything that's going on. It's gonna be good.
My favorite moment up until this series between the Dodgers and Giants that I had seen personally was when Kershaw hit that home run on opening day.
Vin Scully was still with us. I mean, broadcasting.
Yeah, and I had another. One of these years. I shouldn't say that.
Oh, well, I guess we should talk about the Spanish broadcast.
Jaime Jardín is he's retiring at the end of this year.
Yeah.
He is. Oh, I did
Tip
not know
your
that.
hat.
Huh?
Tip your hat again.
Yes.
Jaime Jardín.
Here's to Jaime Jardín, who lasted longer than Vin Scully. Let me make sure that's accurate.
We should just start spouting out lies and waiting until people catch on to them. Did you know Kershaw? He hit another home run today.
64 years, my bad. Vin Scully was 67.
You're gonna get a lot of hate for that one.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, technically he did last longer than Scully because we're in 2021. Vin Scully retired in 2016.
That sounds like us.
It is misleading, though. I worded it wrong.
This podcast sincerely apologizes for this.
Please don't cancel us.
Please don't.
For time, we will become more professional and on point and know our facts. We're still working out the kinks.
So, guys, I want to take this moment of silence to commend to Jaime Jardín. Tip my hat.
We're still on that? Okay.
No. All right.
Yes. seriousness.
No,
Yeah.
no silence then, I guess.
Yeah, no, silence. Very.
We were talking about the Dodgers Giants rivalry, and so I was mentioning the Kershaw opening day home run, but I have a memory earlier than that one, and also involves Clayton Kershaw. Is back in 2010.
Oh yeah, wait. I
up?
think I remember this. It was 2015, and you beat up a little kid wearing a Giants jersey, right?
Why did you say
The
that?
Dodgers
Oh,
game.
that's right.
They weren't supposed to know that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, yeah, 2010. It was September. It was late September. Kershaw threw his first complete game shutout, and it was in San Fran. I do remember that very vividly. So yeah,
Mad Bum was not happy about that.
I bet. Just little moments here and there. It's a truly, I think, a way better rivalry than the Yankees Red Sox.
Nah.
But
Yeah.
It's a West Coast rivalry. Although the Padres were giving the Giants a run for the money this year, though, at some points.
Well,
yeah, right.
no.
Well, I mean, apparently that they were our weakness for a while.
Nah.
You don't think? I still think there's
maybe
they're
for a
rising.
little while.
I think they
Right?
what's the wording?
They should be called the Madres.
No, I think I think this is their ceiling, honestly.
You think this is they peaked here?
They're better than how they finished, but
In terms of their roster, you mean?
yeah,
Okay.
they traded away a lot of talent,
Yeah.
a lot of young talent too.
I would agree with that. And they're not exactly the richest team to just go out and sign whoever they want, are they?
They need good leadership. I think that's what they really need.
You see Machado leading Tatis earlier. John
We
Boy
all saw
Rick-
that. Yeah,
Yeah, we all saw that.
I'm glad you saw that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that gives me hope for you.
Thank you. Where I get most of my facts from John Boy breakdowns. I know he needs another plug here, obviously, in this podcast, but
Well,
Yeah,
soon you're
yeah.
gonna get most of your facts from Los Doyers Talk.
yes, this is true. I'm gonna get facts for myself.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, I feel like I'm bringing this show down because these are two very, very experienced, knowledgeable people. They brought me along. We should just rename the show 2.5 Baseball Fanatics.
We should just name the show to Los Doyers. So then next time he won't screw up.
Thank you. You want to talk about the history of our name real quick? Why Los Doyers?
Oh, I thought you meant your name. Because why not? Look, man, I'm a Mexican. and it's a running joke inside the Mexican American community.
But for the people who don't know, who are listening right now, which is probably just me, I know about that. I heard about
Well,
that.
the stereotype is instead of Los Dodgers, they say Los Doyers.
Los Doyers.
Los Doyers.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, say
we'll
that.
go with Los Doyers. Why not? I mean, Los Dodgers talks does kind of sound a little boring. This adds a little flair. to it,
And
just a little. bit.
Dodgers talk is
The Dodgers talk. Yeah. I think there's also a website. Dodger
there's
Talk.
it's a radio show that takes place after each game, if I'm correct.
Dodger Blues. Sorry, that was the website. Yeah, no, Dodger Talk. Yeah, on
Dodger
AM
Talk,
570.
yeah.
So if you want
because-
real compelling information, live
John
game
Boy.
coverage, go. Yeah, tune in to Dodger Talk.
yeah,
What are you doing
I'm
here?
sure
What are you
John
doing?
Boy would love to have our 20 viewers.
Hey, you got to 30.
We probably have his 30 viewers.
30.
Let's be a real here.
That is true.
We're in for a good series. I think game 1, game 2 showed that two different extremes, and I know I was very scared coming up in early on in the game when I saw there was a tie for a little bit, right?
Yeah, they got out in front, but then San Francisco got a run back.
Scored
and
one, yeah.
Yeah, they did get a run
it
back,
just-
and it was kind of worrying.
right when they scored that, it didn't seem like the Dodgers had to lead anymore. But yeah,
Right,
we broke out in
yeah.
the 6th.
This is the bottom of the 2nd, yeah.
Yep.
And then just to add insult to injury, top of the 8th. But that's how we do it.
Top of the 8th, what?
We
Oh,
score
yeah.
more
Yeah,
runs.
you're right.
I know
But
that.
then again, the big turning point in the game, as soon as Belly hit that double, and then Pollock followed up with a hit of his own to drive in.
That was a big hit.
2 more
Honestly,
runs. Yeah.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen Pollock driving a run in the postseason for us. So
Really, yeah.
good job. It only took 3 years.
Teach old dogs new tricks.
Yeah. He's had a bit of a slow postseason start in the first couple of games at least, and we expected more because late in the season, September, if I'm correct, he was starting to really heat up.
He had a low-key, really, really good season. He's one of the best. He did finish off real strong. Final score, Monday. Go. Manash.
4-3 in favor of us.
Who's your
Drama.
A walk-off.
Who?
Again?
I would say so. Okay, the way this series is, both of these stellar teams, and the fact that it's probably going to be tight matchups all around. Like you said, Geronimo, 106 game winners versus 107 game winners. There's most likely going to be, the rest of the games are most likely going to be really tight and probably low scoring games, as both teams have been pitching. So, yeah, I'm just going to go out and predict a walk-off.
It's funny because I was thinking scoring-wise around the same thing. It's going to be tight again. 5-4 Dodgers. Kershaw's going to hit a walk-off. No. But realistic, I think Mookie, he's going to do something. Keep an eye on him.
Yes, he has been heating up in this postseason. He has been getting hits. So
Yeah, Mookie has
master himself. Oh, I was going to say, go on. Or what do you think?
Well, I was just gonna throw in that Mookie has the results hadn't been there until tonight, but he, for the most part, he had been taking good at bats. He had been hitting the ball well off the bat. So I have confidence in him. I have faith in him. There's a few Dodger hitters throughout the lineup that not so much, but I do like Mookie setting the table for us. Go ahead.
Hopefully we're right. Well, what do you think the final score is going to be?
No, it's your turn. Oh wait, you just went, didn't you?
Okay.
I totally tuned you out, Geronimo. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I'm gonna be in complete opposite of you guys again. I think it's gonna be a blowout.
Devil
I want to say 8-2 in favor of us, though. This time.
Okay.
I think Scherzer's gonna really pitch a
So
nice
it's gonna be
game.
like a repeat.
What?
Today.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm a little slow today, guys. Yeah.
Good luck editing this one together.
No, but I think today game 3 is going to be more spread out in terms of run scoring. Tonight we didn't really get our whole momentum going until the 6th. I think we're going to jump right from the get-go. I think it's going to be against Alex Wood, right? It's going to be
lately we've been kicking it up in the last few innings. 6 is still, there's a lot of innings left, but
no, it's Wood. 10 minutes left. It's going to be Wood Manash.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, tune in, same bat time, same bat channel.
Ah.
I'm
looking at this real quick. Sorry.
Steve has had an awakening. He's had an epiphany.
Now I'm just looking at this real quick, and Wood actually pitched very generally great against us this year. He really struck us out. He had us chasing. All right.
Well, that's a little less hopeful now for ending message, but
are you going to change your prediction?
Nah.
Okay.
What the hell? So, live by the sword, die by the sword?
Sure.
Why not?
Why not?
All right. I'm SeñorTortas.
I'm Argmanosh.
And I'm Geronimo.
See you next week.